It's a great time of year for vacations, and that includes vacationing in the comfort of your own home. Brooklinen is here to keep you cozy all summer long with their award-winning sheets and home essentials. Brooklinen is the internet's favorite sheets, and according to Wirecutter and Good Housekeeping, Brooklinen has best-in-class bedding. So if you don't trust me or their 100,000 five-star customer reviews, you know these experts have done the research. Brooklinen uses only the highest quality materials for all of their products, so everything they create is built to last. I've been sleeping on their super soft luxe sateen sheets, which is great for this time of year, and the graphite color goes super well with the rest of the room's decor. So, shop in-store or online at brooklinen.com today to give yourself the luxurious sleep you deserve this summer. Use promo code OHD for $20 off your online purchase of $100 or more, plus free shipping on brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Use promo code OHD for $20 off, plus free shipping. This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 2241. Is salad safe? Here are 9 facts you need to know, by Sally Kuzemchak of realmomnutrition.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. Hi there, and welcome to another Tuesday edition of Optimal Health Daily. This is one of many podcasts where we read to you from blogs for free, so you don't have to read them yourself. Except on Fridays, that's where I usually answer your questions. Now, to check out our other shows where we read articles to you, just search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. But with that, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. Is salad safe? Here are 9 facts you need to know, by Sally Kuzemchak of realmomnutrition.com. Serving crisp green salads feels like a good thing to do for your family. But recent recalls on romaine, spinach, and other lettuces may have left you feeling a little iffy about leafy greens. Is salad safe to eat? Which leafy greens are better? And can you really trust pre-washed salads? I researched the facts and found answers, and here's what you should know. Should you eat lettuce? First things first, yes, lettuce is good for you. Lettuces of all kinds have nutritional benefits, even much-aligned iceberg, which is actually a good source of vitamins K and folate. Eating a variety of lettuces means you're also getting an array of nutrients and antioxidants, which are natural plant compounds that protect cells from disease-causing damage. Salad also gets people eating more vegetables overall, and that's always a good thing. In a 2019 study published in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, researchers found that people who ate salad took in more fiber, unsaturated fat, potassium, and vitamins like A, C, E, and B6, and tended to eat more vegetables in general than non-salad eaters. Can you get food poisoning from lettuce? Like any fresh fruit or vegetable, lettuce can become contaminated with pathogens that can make people sick. And since salad greens are most frequently consumed raw, we're not destroying those pathogens through cooking. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the most serious contaminant of greens is E. coli 0157H7. Lettuce can also become contaminated with various pathogens like norovirus, salmonella, listeria, and cyclospora. As with any food crop, contamination can happen while lettuce grows on the farm through exposure to soil, water, or even particles in the air. Animals like rabbits or coyotes can bring bacteria into a field. Contamination can also happen during harvest from contact with handling equipment or at the processing plant during different stages of cutting, packing, transport, and storage. But here's an important perspective. Lettuce is one of the most popular vegetables. The leafy greens industry supplies 47.5 billion servings of leafy greens per year, according to Western Growers Association. So the odds of experiencing an illness from leafy greens are actually less than 1 in 150 million. And take note, the Centers for Disease Control says there's no evidence organic lettuce is any safer than conventional in terms of potential contamination. Organic lettuce has the same exposure risks from contaminated water, soil, or animals. What's the deal with romaine? You've probably heard about specific recalls regarding romaine lettuce. Romaine may be more prone to contamination than iceberg lettuce because of its shape, since it grows in an open head versus a tightly formed head, which allows bacteria to get between the leaves. Romaine is also one of the most popular lettuces and makes up more than half of the lettuce eaten. So, if more of it is grown, sold, and eaten than other varieties, it makes sense that recalls on romaine will happen more often than the other kinds. Should you rewash pre-washed greens? No. Any salads or greens labeled ready to eat or triple washed do not need to be rinsed again. In fact, rinsing already washed lettuce greens gives you more chances for contamination from bacteria that may be in your sink or on your hands. Is it better to rinse or soak greens? Rinse them. Rinse unwashed leafy greens under cold, running water with clean hands. Rubbing gently with your hands will help get rid of dirt and germs. Remove torn and bruised leaves as well as the outermost layer of leaves, especially with iceberg or other lettuce heads. Use a paper towel or clean kitchen cloth to dry them well. Keep in mind that water doesn't actually kill bacteria. It just lifts it off the surface of the leaf so it can be rinsed down the drain. Drying lettuce with a cloth or paper towel after rinsing will help remove any bacteria that are lurking in water droplets. And remember that it's impossible to completely remove all germs from lettuce or from any food for that matter. Salad spinners make it easy to rinse and dry greens. To follow the Centers for Disease Control's advice to rinse, not soak, do this. Place your greens in the strainer part of the spinner and rinse them, rubbing gently and moving the greens around. Then spin them dry. Always wash and dry your salad spinner after using it. And there's no need to soak greens. In fact, this can actually cause germs to spread, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Soaking them in your sink means they're vulnerable to any germs in your sink. And soaking greens together in a bowl means germs from one leaf can spread to other leaves. It's safer to rinse greens under running water. What about special produce washes? The Centers for Disease Control does not recommend special produce washes because there isn't any research showing they're more effective than just plain water. Using vinegar or lemon juice isn't harmful, but again, there's no proof it's better than water for reducing contamination, though there is anecdotal evidence that vinegar may help fresh produce last longer. And it may go without saying, but never use bleach on produce or any food you're consuming, as some viral videos have suggested. Even regular soap can be absorbed into the leaves and make you sick. Why do my greens go bad so fast? The way you store lettuce after buying it can make a big difference. Here are 3 tips from Amy Kunugi, General Manager of Southern Colorado Farms. Keep fresh, unwashed greens in a plastic bag in your crisper drawer set to high humidity. Keep fresh, washed greens in a sealed container lined with a paper towel to absorb excess moisture. And keep pre-washed, bagged, and boxed greens anywhere in your fridge since the packaging is designed to maximize shelf life. Personally, I keep all greens away from the back of my fridge, which is quite cold and causes them to freeze. Got limp leafy greens on hand and wondering if they can be salvaged? Soak them in ice water for up to 30 minutes to rehydrate and restore crunchiness. And again, be sure you're using a clean container, not your dirty sink, to soak them. What should I do if my lettuce was recalled? If you do discover that your leafy greens are part of a recall, here's what the Centers for Disease Control says to do. Don't eat or serve it. Return it to the store if possible. If you decide to simply throw the greens away, place them in a sealed bag and put it in an outside garbage can. And again, be sure animals can't access them. Toss out any food that was touching the greens in the refrigerator. Wash any containers that were in contact with the greens with hot, soapy water or run them through the dishwasher. And clean your refrigerator to reduce any remaining harmful bacteria. What's being done to keep lettuce safe? It's in farmers' best interest that their crops are safe to eat. Deanne Davis, Ph.D., Senior Vice President of Science for Western Growers Association says, quote, "This is an incredibly safe, nutritious food, and growers work hard to make sure it's safe," end quote. But progress is still being made on leafy greens farms, such as the Leafy Greens Marketing Agreement, which involves regular audits of farms and more than 300 safety checkpoints, such as water and soil testing. Companies that produce nearly all of the lettuce and leafy greens in California take part in this, and there's a similar program in Arizona. All in all, more than 90% of the greens eaten in the U.S. are grown with these safety checks in place. There are also a few things you can do at home to keep your greens safe. Always keep salad greens refrigerated, which slows the growth of harmful pathogens. Keep greens and all veggies away from raw meat in the fridge since the juices can transfer bacteria onto the greens. Use separate cutting boards for meat and for vegetables like lettuce. And be sure your hands are clean when preparing and handling greens. You just listened to the post titled, "Is Salad Safe? Here are 9 Facts You Need to Know" by Sally Kuzemchak of RealMomNutrition.com. Keeping your body in shape is important, but it's also important to keep your mind in shape. I've been leveling up my focus with Word Collect, which is a free word puzzle app with over 2,000 levels. Word Collect gets harder as you get better, so it's a fun and challenging way to keep your brain sharp and grow your vocabulary. I highly recommend you give this fun and addicting brain game a try. And right now, Word Collect is offering you 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download and play. And those coins help. You'll need them when you're having a hard time reaching the next level. I've been there a few times and I'm thankful they made it easier for me to keep going because it really is a fun and educational game. So stop mindlessly scrolling through social media and keep your mind sharp. Just go to the Apple or Google store and search for Word Collect. So if you're like me and want to get fit with your mind and body, download Word Collect for free today. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. I appreciated the very clear advice today's author Sally gave us. I still remember about 20 years ago, there was a massive spinach recall. It turned out that somehow spinach became contaminated with that particularly nasty bacterium, E. coli 0157H7. Exposure to this nasty bacterium can be really serious, and people across the United States were getting sick with it. So as a result of this, a spinach recall was issued. Spinach was and is one of my favorite leafy greens, but for the longest time, even after that recall was long over, I was afraid to eat it. And that fear of getting sick from eating contaminated spinach wasn't really rational. As Sally explained in today's article, the risk of getting sick is very low, like less than 1 in 150 million low, which means I probably have a better chance of winning my state's lottery than getting sick from eating spinach or any other leafy green for that matter. I did eventually come around to eating spinach again and continue to enjoy it to this day. So please don't be like me. Enjoy eating those leafy greens with confidence that they are nutritious and safe. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber of the show. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.